How do you keep going when you feel burnt out? How do you keep pushing when you feel like there's nothing left you can give? How do you get out of bed when all you want to do is sleep in and continue to rest? See, something that I realized is that grinding is never actually the answer. Too many people, especially because of the way the American culture is, believe that grinding, working hard, going until you drop is the only answer. And very often I actually still fall into this trap. But having worked in a steel factory, working with processed steels and having to grind stuff down, I learned a really valuable lesson. And it's this. If you grind too much, you'll open up a void in yourself that you need to fill back in with new things and then grind again. But if you grind correctly, you can grind away all your imperfections and make yourself something suitable to serve, and at which point you can be done with the process. Grinding is something that is necessary, it's important, and it's helpful for people, especially when you're in a place where you're just out of shape. You have too much fluff in your life, whether from possessions, whether with overweight and extra fat, or you just don't do anything. You need to be able to sculpt yourself and actually build something worthy of going out. But if you haven't done anything yet, yes, a grind is necessary. But if you're someone who is constantly working, constantly self-improving, constantly doing all these things to improve on yourself, if you don't take a second to step back and reevaluate, then you will burn out. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Burnout is simply a result of you taking time to work, 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 and never sit back, relax, and celebrate your wins and accomplishments. One of the biggest things is burnout comes simply from the fact that you no longer have motivation because you haven't validated what you've already done. And I'm someone who constantly is trying to become better, constantly trying to do things. And again, I've fallen in the trap of burnout where I've worked so hard, I've done so many things, but I never actually celebrated it to the point where one day I wake up and I'm willing to just sacrifice and give up on everything because I'm just that tired. Now, how do you get around not falling into that? First and foremost is schedule rest times. If you're burnt out from work, use your vacation days, use your sick pay. If you have mental health day, like some businesses are starting to give out now, use your mental health days. If you have something you want to take a day off for, do it. It's not a problem to take a rest. Even if you're playing a sport. At football practice, there's breaks. In football games, there's breaks. And anything worthy of actually figuring out, there's actual breaks and moments where you just sit down, think, recalculate, and recalibrate. So that's going to be the first thing. If you feel like you're starting to get to that point of burnout, take a break. If you're worried burnout is on the horizon, take a break. If everything is going perfect right now and everything is moving exactly how it should, take a small break. This will allow you to fully rest, fully recover, fully recuperate. Because when you can fully recuperate, then you can hit the grindstone after having been recovered. So you're able to go even harder than before. Because if you're actually working correctly, your body will adapt, your mind will adapt, and it will become more proficient and efficient at doing all of the things that you're supposed to be doing. So taking that rest will help you build. But also, if you take time to take rest, your creativity can take off so that you're able to do more and so many other things. And that's the first thing. If you feel like burnout is on the horizon, take a break. The second big thing is celebrate your wins often. Celebrating your wins is going to be something that is a catalyst for more motivation and allows you to get more discipline. If you just achieved a new sales record at your job for yourself, not even for the entire company, go celebrate it. Go validate that you've done good. That in and of itself will give you intrinsic motivation to do it again. If you're able to reach a new milestone within your relationship, a new anniversary, a new, you drop down on a knee and give your girl a ring, go celebrate because these are going to be the things that affirms I've been doing good, I'm doing all right. And it allows you to put discipline to the side just to have a good time, just to purely focus on happiness, enjoyment, fulfillment based on what's been done. And taking time to celebrate is something that many people don't do. I, again, often fail to take time to celebrate. But I just got a mentor recently where he constantly is texting me about what is it you're doing today? What is it you've done good? What is it you can improve on? And once we go over those things, yesterday, for example, at the end of each week, he says, okay, you've done all these things good. I want you to figure out how you can go celebrate that win. Whether it's just going to get Buffalo Wild Wings and watching anime, or you actually take your girl out on a date. Do something to affirm the fact that you did good this week and really dial in on the things that you didn't do so well on so that you can improve and become better. And if you can do that and really take the time to make sure you do that, then burnout is going to be something that rarely ever comes. And the third thing that you can do when burnout is coming is truly evaluate if what you're doing is actually worth it. A lot of people are so worried about failing, so many people are worried about quitting that they try and continue to push through their discomfort, their dislike, just so that they don't have to say they've quit or that they've failed or that the idea and conception of the life they want currently wasn't incorrect. So many people are willing to fight to be right that they fight to pretty much make themselves not enjoy their life. Burnout typically comes in things that you're not enjoying. Like, I can say I know a couple people who love basketball so much they could have lost a leg and they're still going to go play basketball. They don't get burnt out from hooping because they truly love it. But every time they get a good dunk, every time they pull off a nice three, they're celebrating, they're going crazy. Every single day, they go home, they rest, they eat, they recuperate. They take time to make sure their body's healing, and it's because of the fact that they know it's what they want to do. Whereas there's other people that I know who get burnt out and they live in a constant state of being burnt out because they have a job that they hate. They have a physique that they hate. And they have to continue to work on these things so much without any validation from their job, without getting any accolades or celebrations from their job. But they never evaluate if this is what I'm really willing to continue to do. Some people feel so trapped in their environment and their reality and what they're doing for work, what they're doing for fitness, what they're doing for anything, that they truly cannot even see the possibility of not doing what they were doing. And that leaves them burnt out 100% of the time. If you go into a new profession and you say, okay, I've been doing this for 6 months. I've hated it since the beginning. I constantly feel burnt out, but this pays me the most money in the area. What's more important to you? Are you willing to take that price cut so that you don't feel burnt out, so that you can elevate and become better? Or is that money really that important? Are you willing to stay a slave to that job based on the income you're making instead of finding something new? When it comes to fitness, if you're on the Stairmaster every single day for 15 minutes and you're getting burnt out and you hate the Stairmaster machine, so now you're not going to the gym, you're not doing your workouts, you're not following your nutrition plan, is it really worth it to keep doing Stairmaster? You could ride a bike, you could go for a walk, you could run, you could play with your children. Take time. If you really get burnt out, take time to evaluate, is this really what I want? Is it really worth the headache? And am I just being a punani over the situation? Because if you can change your mindset and you know you are doing what you want to do, your mindset has just been bad, which is causing you to go through burnout, then you're like, okay, I need to change how I'm thinking. But if you're the most positive person ever, if you're the happiest person ever, and you're at your job and you're like, I hate this, I'm so burnt out, and you're like, this is not the career for me, I'm literally just doing this for the money, then it's not worth it, leave. Take time to evaluate, is this really worth it? Is this what I'm actually striving for? Because if it doesn't line up with your dream vision, what you hope and expect the future to be for you, then it's not worth it to be burnt out over. So stop. If that diet is so horrible that you're that burnt out, find a new one. If that workout routine is so horrible that you cannot go to the gym, you absolutely refuse to show up, then change it. There's nothing wrong with change. There's nothing wrong with adaptation. And there's nothing wrong with saying, this isn't the life I want. I don't care about this, that, and the next. I need to do something that I won't be burnt out from and that I can truly enjoy. And so if you're getting burnt out, really look at, is this what I want? If it is what you really want, then that means you need to look at step one and two. You need to make sure you go out and celebrate. And you need to take time to rest and recuperate. And if you do those two things, I'm promising you, you won't be burnt out. If you save up enough money, go on a 2 week vacation, by the time you get back, you'll be so ready to get back to work. But if you don't take that time to rest, if you don't take that time to celebrate, you will constantly feel burnt out. If it's not what you really want to do, then resting and recuperating will do nothing for you because you're literally just biding your time from the moment you clock in to the moment you leave. Make sure you're doing exactly what you know is going to line up with your future. This is making you the person you want to be. This is putting you in environments that you want to be in. This is something that is actually going to fulfill your purpose and take you closer to that dream vision. Because if it's not, I don't see a problem with quitting. I see that as a better thing so that you can pursue who you're supposed to be. So, stay smart, stay safe. I love you. If you're facing burnout, go rest, go recuperate, go celebrate, go make sure that you enjoy that time with family, friends, and the people you love. And if it's really that bad, evaluate, is this really what I want? Is this really what I'm willing to deal with? Because if it's not, then leave and stand strong in it. Stay 10 toes down. But I'll catch you guys in the next video.